Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steeler Nation what's on our minds. I'm Melanie Friedlander. Well, the 2022 NFL Draft is now in the books, and with their 7 picks, the Steelers selected 2 quarterbacks and 2 wide receivers, just like we all predicted. Not. And as the dust settles, it may feel like the team had a very unbalanced draft, and on paper, that is certainly true. Most of us would have expected or preferred 1 or 2 more picks to have spent on the bolstering a defense that was terribly ineffective against the run game last year. Like every NFL team, they are better now than they were last Wednesday. And if you think about other factors, it may not be as lopsided as it looks at first. When a player misses an entire season, or even a majority of the season, getting him back the following year is almost like signing a free agent with regard to the depth chart. That is certainly the case with defensive tackle Tyson Alualu, who left the first quarter of the Week 2 game last season with an ankle fracture that resulted in season-ending surgery. By all reports, he was working out regularly by December and had hoped to return for a playoff run that never materialized. He should be back in good form this year. And then there's the remaining question of defensive end Stephon Tuitt's future in Pittsburgh. Missing the entire 2021 season with a lingering knee issue, as well as some personal challenges, Tuitt's absence on the defensive line was significant as well, despite an absolutely heroic effort from Captain Cam Hayward week in and week out. While we still do not know if Tuitt will be with the Steelers when training camp opens, there is every reason to be hopeful if I'm reading the tea leaves correctly. Based on recent comments from head coach Mike Tomlin and GM Kevin Colbert, they have been in conversation with Tuitt, and he is doing well. Hayward has also expressed optimism that his teammate could be back. In 2020, the defensive line of Hayward, Tuitt, and Alualu combined for the 5th best run defense in the league, tied for 7th in rushing TDs allowed. Without Tyson and Stephon, no team allowed more rushing yards in 2021, and they were 21st for rushing TDs by opposing teams. Having both players back completely changes the strength of this defense and the level of competition they will provide. The Steelers have already been busy signing free agents, and they're definitely not done. I'm sure there will be a few surprises between now and when the team heads to St. Vincent College to open training camp. And no, I don't think Tyrann Mathieu will be on that list. But there may be other veteran linebackers and defensive backs to make up for whatever the team didn't find in this draft. As the team has shown us so many times, the draft is a start rather than the only option when it comes to adding talent to the roster. So while this year's draft was tilted hard towards the offense, I will patiently wait and trust the process. Thanks for listening. You can follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon. Check out The Terrible Take every weekday at 5 p.m. Follow us on SteelersDepot.com and check out The Terrible Podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora.